All right, so today we are going to be going over a different sound. A sound is called eye. Eye. So in English, we will call it the double L sound. So two L's next to each other, we will call it the double L. But in Spanish, it is pronounced eye. So I'll give you an example. Here in the Spanish alphabet, we have two different types of letters. We have L and we have eye. L, eye. Two different letter sounds. And we're going over that one because whenever you say the Spanish eye, it has the same sound as the English Y. Okay, it has the same sound as the English Y. So it's going to make the y sound. Two of the most beautiful things in life, Black girls in Spanish. Estoy de acuerdo. Yes, I agree. You better speak the truth in here on this Good Friday. Sí, estoy de acuerdo. I agree with you. But yes, so yes, we're going to be learning about eye, which is a special sound that when you put it together, it makes the English y, the Y sound. Now, I have done the other vowel sounds before. I've done a, e, I, o, u. So if you missed those, they are on my YouTube channel. So if you missed the pronunciation series called a, I, o, u, where I go over all of these individually, you can go to my YouTube channel. YouTube channel is Black Girl Spanish on YouTube, and that's where I have my replays. I put my replays over there for those who come late or are not able to make it the TikTok lives. But anyway, so let's look at it here. So I always love to do a juxtaposition of the two different languages. So in English, we have the L sound. So in English, we have words like look, love, lion, leg, leave. Now, come over here to the Spanish eye sound. It's going to be llamo, lluvia, llevar, llorar, llave. So notice, because there are some people, when they look at these words, they might think this word is lamo or lluvia, levar, llorar, lave, but that's not how it's pronounced. Whenever you see two L's right next to each other, it is called eye. That's the name of that letter. And it's going to make the y sound. So just for reiteration, the Spanish eye, which is the name of that letter, sounds like the English Y, which is going to be the y sound. So llamo, lluvia, llevar, llorar, llave. And it's very unique because we do not have this sound over in English. In English, it's just the letter L. But in Spanish, this letter is called eye. It's called eye. So let's go ahead and do an example. Now, one thing I do want to say is that this letter sound eye, it works regardless of where it is in the word. So it works regardless of where it is in the word. So even if you had the word, let's say, amarillo, even if you had the word amarillo, guess what? It's still going to make the same y sound because even though y is at the end of the word, it's still going to be the same thing. Let's look at the word. Let's see. Caballo. So even the word caballo, okay, this sound is at the end of the word, but it still has the same rule, caballo. So no matter where the sound eye comes at, it's always going to make the same sound, which would be the y sound, the y sound. So now, another thing I want to tell you is that, hey, this letter sound, it will change depending on the region. So say, for example, there are some people in Argentina, some people in Uruguay that will pronounce this as j, almost like a Z sound. So they may pronounce this llamo, lluvia, llevar, llorar, llave. So it still means the same thing, but I'm just saying it could vary depending on regional dialects. So this is the most common sound. The common sound that I'm teaching you is the one that is most commonly done. But if you hear someone from Argentina or Uruguay pronouncing it llamo, lluvia, that's perfectly fine too. It's just the regional dialect. But most of the time, it will make the y sound. So there you go. And so another example would be cebollos. So that's another one. So llama is another example. So yeah, there are plenty of them. Couldn't fit them all on the board. But yes, the eye sound is prevalent in many different words. So, but if you all have other words that you can say that have the eye sound, go ahead and put them in the chat then. If you know other words that I couldn't fit on this board, then yeah, definitely put them in the chat and educate us. But also, just a correction there, it is cebolla. So something like that doesn't have like a female conjugation for it. So it's going to still be cebolla. That's like saying manzana and manzano. Those kind of things, they don't take on gender. Okay, estrella. Ooh, good one. Estrella. That's a star. For beginnings, for a beginner learning Spanish, should I just focus on remembering all verbs? Ooh, that's a very good question. So no, you do not want to overwhelm yourself by learning all verbs because you're going to get burnt out that way. What I want you to do is know the important verbs for everyday life in communication. We're going to learn what's relevant. So for you, I would highly suggest go ahead and DM me about my small Spanish tutoring group where I actually work with adults who want to stop freezing up and they want to be able to have retention methods, confidence, conversation skills, pronunciation, all of those things. We start up on Monday and my group is filling up because I keep it small. So if you want to learn like targeted Spanish, then yes, you're going to want to come and DM me and I'll get you the information for registration. So yeah, I definitely want you to study smart and not harder. And I think by memorizing all verbs, that would make things harder for you when you can just learn the ones that are going to be pivotal to your learning and understanding of Spanish. So galleta, good job. Yep, cookie, yes. Kyle, DM me. Yeah. I don't go over too much detail about my small groups because I do like to keep everything on topic because if so, I could spend the whole class talking about that. So if you're interested in knowing that, then yes, go ahead and DM me. Serious inquiries only. Ballena, good job, Robin. So that means whale. Very good. Llegar. Good one. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go over some sentences now. Ooh, calle. That's a good one. Okay. Calle means street. Yeah. Good one. Yeah, good question, Glowell. So, like I was telling the other person who asked that, please DM me because one thing I tend to get sidetracked sometimes on these lives, and I don't want to like distract from the lesson. So, if you are a serious Spanish learner, then please DM me, and I will get you the information I just showed you on the screen, and I'll get that for you. But it is very affordable, though. I mean, we have payment plans if you feel like you need that. But I mean, it's super affordable. I have people telling me I should technically charge more, but I won't. I'll keep it at a low fee for right now. So if you are interested, yes, DM me because I don't want to spend too much time on the live going over that, all the details. But this is all that you need to know for right now. What we focus on, our dates, our times, the things that you really should know about it. And you can DM me for the registration to find out more information. We start up on Monday. Now, I got a few sentences for y'all because what I like to do, I do like to teach Spanish by the word. Sometimes I will give out words, but I really like to teach it in context. Like, how would we see it in a sentence? So I really like that too. So let's look at some more examples here. Because I feel like when you see it in context, then your brain really starts to register how many times you see it. Now, as you're looking at these sentences, be sure to read them and recognize, wow, how much the sound is consistent. That no matter what letter sound or what word you see the eye in, the sound remains consistent in all of them. So that's super fun that, you know, the sound is very consistent throughout all the words. Sorry if y'all hear the noise because ellos están cortando el césped in mi patio. So sorry about the noise if you hear that. Okay, so now let's look at the first one. So we are going to play an activity where we count how many times we see the sound eye. So look at the first one, me llamo Ana. How many times do you see this eye sound in there? Put that in the chat. How many times do you see it? Because right now we are recognizing how many times we can pick up on that sound. All right, Glowell, just so you know, I saw your DM and I inboxed you. So the other people that are interested, definitely DM me about the class. Okay, let's see. So one time, exactly. One time. So yeah. And yeah, good. So whoever on here said, uh, I don't say llamas like yellow. I would say llamas. Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier, that the sound will change. Now, most of the Spanish speakers that I have heard and been around, they pronounce it like the y sound. But I did tell the viewers earlier, hey, it is subject to change from, dialect to dialect. Some people will pronounce this llamo and some will say llamo. So it really depends on who you're talking to, but both are correct. I just teach the one that is the most common or the one that I've heard the most times. Okay, so now, let's see. Look at, now be careful with número dos here. Ella lleva una llave. Tell me, how many times do you see the ella sound in there? How many times do you see that ella sound in número dos? Tiffany says, I've definitely heard both. It was confused. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, it's just kind of a regional thing. Means the same thing, but sometimes people will pronounce it with a different accent depending on what country they're from. But it'll still mean the same thing. So whether you say llamo or llamo, it'll be correct. I just teach the most common one. Okay, let's see. Vamos a contar. Let's count. Uno, dos, tres. Tres veces. Excelente, mis estudiantes. Excelente, mis estudiantes. Okay, let's look at número tres. All right, now this one could be a trick one, so let's see how you all come with this one. Look at número tres and tell me how many times you see the eye sound. Okay, so let's see. Uno. That's right. One time. Yep, I didn't want y'all to get confused and count that as the letter or count that as a letter. This is el, that's blanco, but this is caballo. So we only hear the eye sound one time. These other ones are regular L's. So to give you all visual context, L does not equal eye. Those are two different letter sounds. So let's just remember that for next time. Two different letter sounds. Okay. Now, so we only saw it one time in this one. Now look at the fourth one. Hoy llueve mucho. Hoy llueve mucho. How many times? Buen trabajo. One time. One time. Exactamente. And see, this is why it's so good. The reason why I'm going over these sounds is because sounds and pronunciation are really the foundation of fluency. If you want to be fluent in Spanish, you need to master these sounds. I've already done the vowel sounds. They're over on my YouTube, Black Girl Spanish YouTube. But this is also a sound as well. Eye. So it may not be a vowel, but it is a sound that's prevalent in the Spanish language. And you've got to be able to master that if you want to have confidence in speaking, in reading, and just having overall confidence in Spanish. So that's actually one of the main things we work on in my Spanish tutoring group. So for small group Spanish tutoring, well, one of the number one things we work on is pronunciation, sentences, understanding, responding, and a host of other things. So those of you who are serious about wanting to up-level your Spanish, DM me and I will get you the link to registration. So I only saw like one person in my DMs after I had like 4 people on here saying that. So that just lets me know who is serious, because I did say, hey, serious inquiries only. In my small groups, we don't play around. We don't play around. We work in there, but we do have fun. Now, look at the last one. Yo llevo mi mochila. How many times do you see the eye sound in that one? Yo llevo mi mochila. Okay, I see you, Sam. Okay. Well, don't worry. We actually have payment plans, so you may not even have to wait till you get paid. There are some people who will do Afterpay or Klarna, and they end up only paying like $10 to get started. So just look into it. Hit me up if you're interested, and I can get you that. Mochila is backpack. Yep, backpack. All right, now you all did a wonderful job. Y'all did a wonderful job here. Now I got another activity for us that can help us test our learning of this new sound. We can test our learning of it. So Golden Life 035, I saw your DM and I answered you back. So, all right. Let's see. I got one more question I want to run by y'all. Now, this is going to see who was listening here. Now, who knows? Maybe only the people who were here at the beginning of the live, only they might know that, but I'll see, though. We'll see. All right, the eye sound can vary by region. Is this going to be cierto or falso? In Spanish, it's not true or false. It's cierto o falso. Tell me in the comments. Cierto o falso? The eye sound can change or can vary by the region. It can vary by the region. All right. So yes. So if you were here at the beginning of my live, then you would know, yes, cierto, it can change. Some people will look at this word, but depending on who the native speaker is and what country they're from, they could pronounce this llamo. But then some, like from Argentina and Uruguay, they may say llamo. So sometimes it can sound like Y, and then other times it can sound like more of like a j sound, j. So, but I'm just teaching you the most common way. My job is to teach the most common way in South America, but I'm just saying some Spanish speakers pronounce it llamo. But llamo, llamo, either way you say it, it's still correct.